Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we're going to do a fun one, I think, anyways. This is an all signs reading, and when I'm done, I will go back and timestamp it for you. But until then, if you're watching live, you can always check the description box below. I do have the listed order for you. I go air signs, water signs, fire signs, and then earth signs. But what I'd like to do today is give you a little bit of guidance for those of you that are using dating apps because you do deserve love. But we have pay attention to the red flags. So I'm sure we all know dating apps are a very specific kind of hell. So I wanted to provide, based on astrological sign, a little bit of guidance for you in terms of what those red flags might be or who you should be looking for, right? Hello there, Trinity. Hello, Miss Joanna. I hope you're both doing well today. Let's call in spirit with some wind chime time. And let's see, we're going to dive right in. No like preliminary reading for everyone. We're going to dive right into Aquarius. So Aquarius, I think we need a few cards from the Morgan Greer. If I didn't already say it, I hope you all are doing well. We're going to grab a few cards for each sign, and it'll be like a little bit of advice, right? Aquarius, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse, Two of Cups, Nine of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Rods, and Two of Pentacles. So Aquarius, what I see here is you may end up finding yourself attracted to somebody who's a little bit of a hermit or a little bit of a loner. They don't have a lot of people in their life, but they do have a lot of love to give. It looks to me like this is somebody who has given up pursuing those relationships that are a little bit more surface level. So this person could have something in their profile that specifically calls out that they're not interested in one night stands or not interested in the, hookup culture. And you'll notice that this person is financially stable or specifically emotionally stable. So those are the green flags that you'll want to look out for. As far as the red flags, Five of Wands. Watch out for the people that are argumentative or maybe a little bit difficult, right? There should be a natural, organic flow to your conversation. And if you're dealing with somebody that is like pulling teeth to have a good conversation, ain't the one, right? All right, let's move on to Gemini. Gemini, we're going to use the Meta Muse for you. What advice do we have for Gemini? Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Wands. Eight of Wands and the Magician. This is kind of telling me, Gemini, that you may be looking for someone with a little bit too specific a detail, right? There may be something you need to be a little bit more relaxed on or a little bit less focused on in terms of how somebody makes their money. It looks to me like you may end up meeting somebody that has the kind of job that initially maybe you wouldn't have gone for, but you realize that there's no reason to use that, right? That this person is actually a good match for you. So look past whatever this inner conflict is or this hesitation and give somebody a chance that maybe initially, like, let's just use an example as a bartender, right? Maybe you don't like that somebody has to work those hours. You don't like that they're around people who are drunk and may hit on them. But when you realize that this person has a heart of gold, they would never do anything and they're trustworthy and they're doing quite well and they enjoy their work, you're like, you know what? That's not really a reason for me to discount you. With the Eight of Wands in the reverse, this is encouraging you to put some effort into this opportunity. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician, you're going to find that this person has some good character, some great love to offer you, and they're also quite capable, right? They can advocate for themselves and also be a really good partner to somebody else. As far as a red flag, watch out for somebody who is indecisive or consistently makes bad decisions, right? If this is somebody who, you know, collecting their own data should be able to tell this is something I should cut out of my life or this isn't something I should be doing anymore, and they don't, this is a red flag for you, okay? Let's move on to Libra. This is the Egyptian tarot. Hello, Ambit. How are you doing? We've got 10 of Wands in the reverse. 10 of Swords in the reverse. Queen of Swords. 3 of Wands. And the 9 of Cups in the reverse. So Libra, we've got boundaries being reinforced here. So make sure you stick to those boundaries that you've set forth. You've had some time to understand what went wrong in previous relationships and recover from that. And I feel like those boundaries that you have put out there or created are specifically designed to prevent you from getting in those relationships that have felt like traps in the past. So don't relent on those. We've got the 3 of Wands and the 9 of Cups in the reverse. I feel like you're going to find that there's somebody else out there who also has some pretty healthy boundaries, and they've been waiting for somebody like you. They may be a little bit more into you than you are into them initially, but they will win you over. There's something here, kind of like with Gemini. There could be some attribute or trait here that you're just kind of like not sure about or not really interested in initially, and it grows on you or they grow on you, and you realize that the right things are there and the things that you're not looking for are also not there. So don't judge this person too quickly is kind of the message that comes across. Be open-minded. And then as far as your red flag, we have the 8 of Pentacles. So Libra, you could be potentially talking to somebody on a dating app that is a really hard worker. And what I'm getting from this red flag is somebody is using their work hours as a way to disguise that they are not a one-man woman or a one-woman man. So you could be dealing with somebody that likes to string along a number of different people and use their working schedule as the reason or justification for that. So look out for that. All right, we're going to move on to Pisces. Pisces, we're going to use the original, the Rider-Waite for you. We have the 10 of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Oh, really? Death in the reverse, the Fool in the reverse, and the 10 of Swords. So Pisces, it looks to me like there is a need for you to let go of something from your past that's acting as a little bit of a blocker here for you. It's like you have somebody that you still kind of communicate with regularly that you know you would never get back into a relationship with. You just haven't fully ended the situation. And that's part of what is a block here for you in terms of meeting the right person. The universe doesn't want you to risk some, great love because you're still communicating or hung up on somebody from the past, or maybe like kind of keeping them around for some strange reason. As far as your warning, we've got the High Priestess in the reverse. There is, honestly, it kind of feels to me like there's a pattern of people who try to come into your life or try to woo you or date you that think that they can manipulate you. They think, honestly, probably assume your kindness is weakness. So watch out for the people that feel like they can easily manipulate you. I feel like you'd already be able to see right through them, your Pisces. But there are people here who feel like they can trick you. And I think you already know that. Let's move on to Cancer. We're going to use the Beginner's Tarot. Cancer, we have some good karma coming your way because you have been single for a while, or you have had to kind of like do your own thing. Perhaps even stay a little bit distant from people because you saw a lot of negative character, let's just go with negative characters in your life. So you've had to be kind of cleaning house for a while here. And now we've got almost like a step backwards enables you to take 2 steps forward. So being very diligent in terms of vetting people, using your intuition and your discernment. Don't get overly eager to jump into something because I feel like right when you expect that all is lost, or right when you feel like nothing's going to happen, that's when something comes in for you that feels really real. It's kind of coming across to me as a little bit of a test. Like some of you have grown impatient with being in hermit mode, or have grown impatient not having, some of those social events around you. You're maybe even considering whether or not somebody from your past or somebody a little bit below your standards would be worth your time. And this seems to be saying, hold out, you know what you want, you know what you deserve. You're going to get that, but probably right at the last second when you feel like maybe you should change, right? As a warning, we have somebody here in your energy, Cancer, that is known for creating a scene, known for creating chaos, known for throwing a fit, whatever it is. They are not your person, and you know that because they don't have that same even keel as you do, right? You have this ability to weather the storm and not be taking it out on other people. This person does not, and you deserve to be with somebody that, like you, can weather those storms and be respectful towards the people that are in their immediate environment. Let's move on to Scorpio. This is the top 2 tarot. What do we have for Scorpio? Six of Pentacles, Five of Wands in the reverse, Page of Cups in the reverse. There's somebody here who's a little bit transactional, or a little bit like, shall we say 50-50, that is in your energy. And I feel like I don't know. This is interesting. Okay, so this was going to be your warning. Okay, I feel like you're a little bit disappointed in what you're seeing in terms of dating apps. You feel like what you offer, you don't really see anybody offering back out your way, right? Like you have to kind of lower your standards in order to get a date. But there's somebody here that's going to surprise you. Right when you feel like everybody's maybe a little bit immature, maybe everybody is a little bit like they're not looking for something real, they're just looking for a couple of dates, then you find somebody who actually has this desire to make a true love offer to you, and they have this stability, whether that's financial or emotional or both. They have the stability to be a part of a meaningful relationship. So I feel like it's a little bit of a wait, but there is somebody here that is worth that wait. The caution here is that you might sacrifice or sabotage this opportunity by judging it prematurely. So make sure you're actually vetting out these individuals and not painting them all with the same brush, right? Because there is somebody here who is different from the rest. All right, let's go for Aries. This is the Marigold Tarot. Actually, going to move you. All right, what do we have for Aries? Aries, we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse, Three of Swords in the reverse, King of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse, the Moon. Aries, what is going on here? You have... you may end up having a couple of different options here, and you have to kind of pick and sort through them because there are a number of people that are not offering what they claim to offer, meaning they may not actually be ready for a relationship, but they claim that they are. You may be dealing with somebody who's really just looking for sex, or somebody who's a little bit overly argumentative or manipulative. But there is somebody here that is healed or healing, that has good intentions towards you, but it's like they're in the midst of all of these bad options. So you do have to be a little bit of a detective here. But with the moon, there's a possibility that for some of you, this is Cancer, right? Marigold, I know what you're saying in terms of nobody is worth waiting for, but this is more so about whether or not you stay on a dating app in order to make that connection. That is, I would say, an exception. There is love out there that's worth waiting for, but it's not about sacrificing the opportunities with other people. It's about having that set standard and not being willing to adjust that for other people. Sorry, okay, back to Aries. We've got a sense here that this moon card could be a hint that you're dealing with a water sign. But I think more specifically, Aries, you're dealing with somebody that may be a little bit shy initially, and when they come out of their shell, you realize that they are actually a pretty good fit for you. And then as far as the warning, Temperance in the reverse, which we also had for Cancer. So that's kind of interesting. We could specifically be talking about a Cancer energy here for you. However, let's just focus that as far as the warning for you, Aries, it looks like you might have somebody that looks like a good match, but with the Temperance in the reverse, there could be a drinking problem, or there's just something here that throws their life off balance. And they're looking for somebody that can fix their problems for them instead of actually learning how to fix them for themselves, which isn't really a good setup for a relationship. So I encourage you to keep on walking past that particular individual. Let's move on to Leo. This is the Gold Foil Tarot. Five of Wands, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Eight of Wands, Page of Wands in the reverse, and the Four of Cups. So there's some competition here that feels a little bit empty or hollow, kind of like you're just going through the motions, and honestly just kind of feels like swiping and not really finding anything that you really like on this dating app. A sense of like you've lost time because nothing actually comes to fruition. But there's an Eight of Wands here that seems to be telling me that something comes in rather quickly. It's almost like as you're frustrated with the app, or even maybe telling somebody that you're frustrated with an app, then some notification comes through or some match comes through, and it's easy for you to swipe left or to reject this person because you are in that mindset, and the universe is trying to tell you you have to be a little bit more careful in terms of rejections because you might be a little bit too quick on that trigger and pass somebody by that is actually worth your time. So be discerning, use your intuition, and don't get too used to left swiping if there is somebody that's worth a right swipe. Right? As far as your warning, we have a Seven of Wands in the reverse. There's somebody here who is going to try to defend something that is actually indefensible. And if that's the case, don't give them any allowances. Take that as the sign that it is, and it's probably a good time for you to move forward and let that person go. I think for all of the signs, a good piece of advice is make sure you're open. Make sure you actually are looking or wanting what it is that you say that you want. And if you give people, benefit of the doubt or an option to actually see if there's something there, and then you decide or see that there isn't really a good alignment there, then don't be feeling bad about just cutting things off, right? You don't have to entertain things that aren't right for you. All right, let's move on to Sagittarius. This is the Blanco Nero. That's right. My brain is moving a little bit too fast right now, you guys. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, a Tower in the reverse, Queen of Wands in the reverse. Dang. Sagittarius, there is somebody who's going to come through with an offer, or somebody who's going to ask you for some of your time. And this is somebody who has negative intentions, or somebody who thinks they just want to have a conversation, but really they just want to lay into you. This is somebody who's either unhealed or somebody who blames you specifically. So be cautious of this. This could be something that it kind of feels like maybe somebody's catfishing you on a dating app, and they feel like they can trick you into going on a date. When you actually like figure it out, you're very quick to walk away. So whatever this trick is, this person isn't going to get very far, but just know that that might be a thing, right? Look for, in particular, look for how somebody likes to text. If it seems familiar to you from like an ex or somebody like that, then I would trust that gut feeling. We have the Tower in the reverse. Whatever is meant to be will be. Whatever is lost is going to remain lost. So if this person is trying to use a dating app to get you back, it's not going to work. With the Queen of Wands in the reverse, this person doesn't really have the ability to change anything the way that it is, right? But don't let that experience ruin your opportunities in love, right? There's still somebody out there for you. I forgot to get the warning card. This is a little bit of a test, right? If there is something negative that happens within the context of that dating app, are you able to chalk it up for what it is and still be available for other interested parties? Or does that just kind of like poo in the punch bowl for you, right? All right, let's move to Capricorn. This is the Hocus Pocus deck. What do we have for Capricorn, please? Eight of Candles, which is the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Six of Pumpkins, or Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Oops, sorry, that's actually the Four. The Knight of Candles in the reverse. Two of Lightning, Six of Lightning. It looks to me, Capricorn, like a dating app could provide you the distraction that is needed to let go of somebody from your past. With the Knight of Candles in the reverse, it's almost like I feel there's a question mark. Like, should I just go on a couple of different dates just to get my mind off of this person and maybe experience some chemistry? Like, maybe I need to be a little bit more open to actually meeting some of these people in person and be less of a hermit so that I can let go of whatever this past situation is. And with the Two of Lightning and Six of Lightning, I do feel like there is kind of encouragement in your being more social. So yes, go for a couple more dates, be a little bit more open-minded. Somebody may surprise you here, okay? You may feel like somebody is a little bit of a dud, and then you meet them in person and you realize they just suck at texting. You know, they're great in person. As far as a warning, we have the Queen of Lightning. This would be like the Queen of Swords. So I would say be measured in how you communicate with somebody. Really think about those words before they come out. There might be something, it's almost like there's a good opportunity for you in love here, but you have to be cautious that you don't scare them away with some sort of quick reaction or judgmental reaction. Just off the top of my head, the example that I would use would be, you know, judging someone as a nerd because they like anime or something along those lines, being discouraged because this person that you are potentially going to make fun of is actually a pretty good quality person. So whatever something like that is that you might make fun of, like the other day I made fun of somebody for having a Prius, not knowing they had an actual Prius. Like I thought that their friends were just making fun of them. And then I felt kind of like an asshole because you should be able to drive whatever you want to drive, right? All right, we're moving on to Taurus. This is the Edgar Allan Poe deck. Taurus, we have the Lovers, we have the Hermit, Strength, Eight of Swords and the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So Taurus, we have encouragement for you here to make a smart decision, right? Don't jump into anything prematurely. There is a sense here that you're going to have some time to yourself, or you may feel a little bit lonely, but it is building your character. It is building your strength and your courage. With the Eight of Swords, there's a sense here that there is a rejection that is for your protection. You are not meant to be in a relationship with somebody here who seems to be pretty focused on finding a way to have a relationship with you. This person is not stable and they're looking for you to solve their problems for them. So be cautious. It looks like there is a reason for you to be maybe a little bit more reserved with regards to dating and not jump into something just because somebody is making you feel like that's what you should do. With the Magician, this is a warning to let you know that somebody is trying to find a way to control you. So don't give them control over anything that you don't trust them with, right? Hello, Miss Tiana. How are you doing? Hello, Audrey. All right, let's move on to Virgo. Virgo, we're going to use the Santa Muerte for you. Virgo, we have the Six of Swords, the Star, Three of Cups in the reverse, Magician in the reverse, and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like, Virgo, there's some element here of things getting easier for you because you have worked on something that needs to be healed. I do feel like there's still some work here that needs to be done. It's kind of like you've just embarked on whatever this change is, and there is more change that is needed or sought after. And with the Three of Cups in the reverse, you're being encouraged to be a little bit picky as far as having that one-on-one experience, right? If you're dating, maybe don't date a lot of people at the same time. Or if you're dating someone, make sure that they understand that you're looking for that one-on-one exclusivity kind of arrangement. With the Magician in the reverse, I feel like this is kind of cautioning you against being a little bit too demanding or a little bit too controlling of the details. Maybe let somebody else set up the date, or maybe don't be so particular. You might find that you have a better time than you expect in a situation that doesn't necessarily sound like what you actually want. With the Nine of Swords in the reverse, there's something here that will surprise you that's unexpected in terms of somebody helping you, perhaps even with an introduction or somebody who turns out being a better date than you expected. So keep an open mind and remember to focus on positive outcomes so that you bring that into your dating life. All right, what do we have as far as last advice? We have Four of Cups in the reverse. Remain open-minded, be curious, ask questions, be engaged on whatever dates you might be on, and get to know somebody before you make a judgment on it, right? Thank you, Miss Tiana, and thank you everybody else for joining me. I will hop off and put some timestamps on this reading for you. Be sure to give me a like or a subscribe, and I will see you on the next reading.